Why do some people get hired instantly while others get ignored? Let me show you the difference. Hi, welcome to another video with us at Western STEM Academy. My name is Felisa, and today we're looking at how to land your dream job. We're going to be looking at resume, interview, as well as strategy for success. Before anything, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and definitely share with someone else. A lot of persons, they wonder, how is it that they are not getting a call back? How is it that they are not getting an interview? And it's not because you are not qualified. It's because you are not doing exactly what's in this video. So I want you to go ahead and watch this video to the end and definitely take notes of these points because believe me, they are a life changer. How to land your dream job. Now, landing your dream job, it's all about strategy. It's not about luck, right? Landing your dream job, it's strategy. It's not luck. At Western STEM Academy, we basically equip students with the tools to compete at the highest level and win. We are all about thinking critically, so you must be able to solve complex real world problems with confidence. You are also expected to communicate confidently, and this is expressing your value clearly in any room. You're also expected to compete globally, where you can stand out in a competitive international job market. What are employers really looking for? Employers aren't just hiring because of your GPA or your degree, contrary to popular belief. They're hiring the value you bring to their team. You need to position yourself as a solution to their problem. Your GPA is not enough, your degree is not enough. It's the value that you bring to the team. And some value they're looking for problem solving. Are you able to solve problems? You are expected to demonstrate that you can identify challenges and drive real solutions. You're also expected to bring professionalism. Professionalism is very, very important. Confidence and poise that basically signal you're ready for high stakes environment. Communication. You are expected to articulate clearly in writing, basically in presentations, in writing, and in conversation. So employers are looking for good oral and written communication skills. They're also looking for adaptability. Are you adaptable? Are you able to thrive through change, ambiguity, and evolving team needs? And let me tell you, a lot of persons, they are not being successful in jobs because of this trait. Employers are looking for adaptability. No, we're going to be looking at resume writing that gets you noticed. Your resume is generally your first impression. You need to make every word earn its place. The length of your resume, generally we say your resume should be about 1 page, right? 1 page for students, 1 to 2 pages for professionals. Yes, students are expected to have resumes as well. The format, it needs to have a clear heading, clean bullet points, as well as easy to scan layout. You need to focus on results. So instead of saying helping students with math, you need to say improve student math performance by 30%. Give us the results. The results are very, very important. Now I'm going to show you some resume hacks for high-paying jobs. Your resume should answer one question above all others. Why you? Now we have the ATS keywords. Keywords. Mirror the exact language from the job description to pass automated screening filters. Your resume should literally answer one question. Why you above everybody else? Quantify everything. Add numbers, percentages, and results. Data speaks louder than descriptions. The data, people want to see the data. Employers, they are looking for the data. What results did you achieve? Quantify that, right? Show leadership. It's important to show leadership. Highlight where you've taken initiative, where you've taken ownership, and where you have led projects, where you actually drove some outcome. And of course, you want to quantify that outcome. Number four, certification and projects. Include relevant coursework, side projects, and credentials that signal your expertise. That's very, very important. In addition to your resume, your cover letter is also important. So you need a cover letter that converts. Your cover letter is basically your personal pitch, the place where your personality and your purpose literally come through. Employers know immediately when it's templated. Be specific, be authentic, be very compelling with your cover letter. They're literally getting to know you. So it's literally like an elevator pitch. You are selling yourself, telling employers why it's important or why their company will benefit from having you being hired there. So mention the company by name. It's very, very important. If you're applying to a company, you should at least know the company's name and know a little bit about the company. Reference their mission. So do research. A lot of persons tend to have a generic cover letter that they send to every company. I always say personalize your resume to the job that you're applying to and also personalize your cover letter. Reference the mission and connect it to your story. How does that company's mission align to your story? So one, here are some steps, 4 steps that you're gonna do. You need to have a strong opening where you grab attention with a bold statement or your relevant achievement. Number two, mention why you fit. Connect your skills directly to the role's requirements. And number three, why this company? Why are you applying to this company? You need to show a genuine research and enthusiasm for their mission. Share, this is where you share what you've learned about their company and why you want to go there. I mean, you need to go further than just a paycheck. Of course, ultimately, you want to be able to get paid, but what else? Why are you applying? There's so many companies that you could have applied to. Why this company? A lot of persons tend to forget when they're applying for jobs that they're also an asset. So yes, the companies, you're hoping the company will hire you, but why should you want to work to the company? And this is why you share why you want, because let me tell you, not every company is a good fit for you. And persons need to move away from that where they think it's about the company alone. It's also about you, what works well for you, right? You need also a confident close and with a clear call to action and forward momentum. That's a very, very important. No, interview skills that win offers. The interview is where your preparation becomes your performance. Practice before you perform. Don't turn up to the interview blindly. You need confidence. Own the room with steady eye contact. So always make eye contact with everyone who is on the interview panel and a strong posture. You want to stand tall, shoulders up. Don't slouch. Don't look down. Don't fidget too much with your watch. You don't want to do any of that. You want to be confident, right? You also need clear communication. Be concise, structured, and deliberate with every single answer. You also need a professional appearance. Dress for the role you want, not the one that you have. So you need to dress for the role. Don't just wear anything that you woke up in. Dress for that specific role. And you also need deep preparation. Research the company because a lot of persons tend to ask in the interview, what do you know about our company? Why do you want to work there? And it's very impressive when you show that you know about the company, right? Research the company, the team, and the role inside out. You can't turn up to the job interview and not know anything about the position that you are looking forward to. And know how to sell yourself. Like one of the questions a lot of people fumble over when I've done interviews as an employer, I ask them to tell me about themselves. That's like the first question. Tell me about yourself. You should be able to tell me about yourself. If you cannot tell me about yourself, then how are you going to tell people about our company? If you can't sell yourself and you've known yourself so long, how will you be able to be a good representation of the company if you can't represent yourself, right? So tell me about yourself. Yes, you want to mix the personal, but I also expect to hear a little bit of your professional skills as to why this job. So give me some personal things that I might not ask that are relevant. You don't want to go too far away. You don't want to just sound boring and just there, but you also want to sound as if you are the right fit for the job. When you talk about yourself, you should be talking about your strongest skills, right? That's what we're looking for when we say, tell me about yourself. Actually, I think I'm going to do a video about how to answer some interview questions. Answer like a pro using the STAR method, and we just touch on that a little bit. STAR, S for situation, T for task, A for action, R for result. And R for a result. Basically, the STAR method, it transforms vague answers into compelling, structured stories that showcase your impact and your competence. So tell me about a time you overcame a challenge. Use the STAR to deliver a crisp, memorable response every time. S for situation, T for the task, A for the action that was taken, and R for the results. The result, the results, the results. So practice 3 5-star stories, 3 to 5 stories, sorry, 3 to 5 stories, 3 to 5 star stories before every interview. You must have a situation because a lot of time we like to ask, tell me about a time when you had to do this, right? So have 3 to 5 star stories that you've experienced, right, for every interview. They can be adapted to nearly any question. No, common interview mistakes to avoid. You definitely do not want to go unprepared. So do not go in unprepared by not researching the company or the role. What this does, it signals low interest and low initiative. Because if I call you for an interview and you couldn't at least look up the company, then it shows me that you're not really somebody who's going to take initiative for this job, right? You also do not want to project low confidence. Weak body language or filler words or rushing your answers undermines your credibility. Slow down. I tend to speak fast, but it's important to slow down so that persons can hear you clearly. They don't want to have to ask you to repeat every single time. Do not speak negatively, even about a past work experience. Trust me, that can really cause you not to get the job. If you speak negatively about past employers, do not save those stories for another time. Never badmouth past employers. Trust me, it raises red flags about your professionalism. Keep it professional. That's not the place. Because if you're gonna come tell me bad about your past employer, that's the same way you're gonna talk bad about our company, right? Not asking questions, always close. Like when they say, do you have any questions? Please make sure you have questions. Don't ask questions that are not going to add to your interview, right? But come with questions. You want to show that you're interested in the company. Literally, sometimes a lot of interviews, they're so good, so close. And what separates the person who got the job from the one who didn't was a question, right? Like, do you have any questions? And they come prepared with 2 to 3 questions. It shows me two things. It shows me that you're prepared, you did some research, and it also showed me that you're interested in this role, in this company. Some questions that you can ask, a lot of people don't know what to ask. They're like, what do I ask? They just ask you a series of questions. Why are you not asking back questions to determine if this is a good work environment for you? You can ask questions like, what's a typical work day here? Describe my role. How do you support persons in this position? What's the company's culture like? Ask things about the company. Ask them even personal things. What do you like about working here? Those questions, they're very, very good. I love when people ask me, what do I like about working here? What's my company's culture like? How do I support people in this role? Those are good questions. And I could go on and on, but I'm gonna do another video with questions that you can definitely ask. Right? Always close with thoughtful question. Try, what does success look like in this role? This is also a good one that I love when I'm asked to, and that's a good one. Right? How to land high-paying jobs, high-paying roles, they don't go to the most qualified applicants. They go to the most strategically prepared ones. Build skills, build visibility, and build relationships. Right? And here are some of them. Coding and AI, the most in-demand technical skill of the decade, literally. Data analysis, every industry needs people who can interpret data. So coding and AI, as well as data analysis, marketing and sales, this is close to my heart. Persuasion and strategy, it's drive revenue at every level. Every company needs some level of marketing and sales. Financial literacy, understanding money and how to grow it. In-demand skills, tech, STEM, business, AI. Personal brand, everybody has a personal brand. If you're not creating one, the internet is already creating one for you. You want to create and manage your personal brand. Be visible, be memorable. You also need to network. Your network is your net worth. Strategic network. Opportunities live in relationships. Get in contact with people, who are valuable, who can connect you to opportunities, right? Connect you to high paying roles, right? They can recommend you, right? You need those in your life. Lifelong learning is also important. It's important to learn, right? Study, get your certifications, get your degrees, and not only your degrees and your certifications, but also invest in yourself by you doing your own research. That goes a long way too, right? Know about different content. You don't need a degree in every area, but it's important to have a wide vast of knowledge by doing your research. You have YouTube, you have the internet, you have AI tools. There's so many places that you can gain knowledge from. So it's important to use those. Build your personal brand. I touched on this earlier. You are a brand, whether you actively manage it or not. Make sure what people find when they search your name, it tells the story you want to tell. LinkedIn profile. I think everybody should have a LinkedIn profile if you're a professional. A polished keyword rich profile that recruiters actively search. So once they type you in, LinkedIn has high SEO. So your name should come up and your LinkedIn profile should come up and not a picture of you 20 years ago when you were in high school, going crazy. No, you want a professional LinkedIn profile, which also says that you're a professional. It shows that you're present and you care about your image and you care about your brand. And it could even list more of your skills and talents, right? Because let me tell you, when you send in your application on your resume to somewhere, they are looking for you and they're checking you out. They are doing their background research. Everybody's doing that these days. And Google is where they start first, and then that goes to your LinkedIn, right? Or at least you want it to go to your LinkedIn. Portfolio, showcase your projects, achievements, and impact with tangible proof. I believe everybody needs a portfolio where you're putting all your certificates, all those awards, you're putting them together in your portfolio, your resume, your work, all of that. Online presence, opportunities find people who are visible, engaged, and consistent. I can't tell you how many opportunities I've gotten simply from being present online. So I know that online presence really helped to build your personal brand. Now, what we do at Western STEM Academy, we don't just teach subjects, we build future leaders who are career ready from day one. We offer STEM-focused education, rigorous hands-on learning in science, technology, engineering, and math. We offer career-ready skills, resume building, interview prep, and professional communication, all in our career counseling classes. We also offer financial literacy, where we offer resume building, where we offer help persons to understand money, investing, and long-term wealth building. We also do confidence building, where we develop the mindset and presence of a high-performing professional. No, we are actually accepting students at Western STEM Academy. If you are ready to give your child a competitive edge that they deserve, start their journey towards a high-paying, purpose-driven career. It starts from early. Your career preparation doesn't start when you leave high school. It starts from that first day when you enter school, your first day of school. And that's what we do. We accept students from grade 1 all the way to grade 11. And from grade 1, they're learning career counseling, they're learning financial literacy, they're learning STEM, they're learning AI. And of course, they're learning their math, their language, their integrated science. They're learning over 12 subjects from grade 1 onward. No, at Western STEM Academy, students are able to learn from anywhere through flexible, accessible education wherever they are. All you need is your laptop or your computer and internet access. We are preparing students with skills for the future. Our curriculum is designed around tomorrow's most in-demand careers. So get started today. Contact us at westernstemacademy.com or 571-484-9379 and take the first step towards real success. Your dream job is possible. Start now, stay consistent, level up because success it is not given, it is earned through preparation, persistence, and the courage to compete. Yes, I said compete. We're now accepting students at Western STEM Academy. Contact us at westernstemacademy.com on our website. Click register now to sign up or send us a WhatsApp message 571-484-9379 to speak with an enrollment advisor or leave a comment on our channel and let me know if this video was useful. Remember to subscribe. Take these tips when you're going for your jobs. They are very, very important and it's important. Start putting your portfolio together from day one. So if you're in high school, you should already be starting your portfolio. You should already be working on your resume. Get involved. Experience matters. Volunteer. You don't have to have work experience, meaning you don't have to wait until you get your first job. You need to start volunteering. Those go a long way. It shows that you care about giving back, right? Get involved, be a part of different clubs, have extracurricular activities, those go a long way as well. Use your summers wisely and share in your resume. Quantify your results, quantify your achievements, and go forth and be successful. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Watch other videos like this in our channel. Thank you.